So today's posture is bridge pose. So this is a great heart opener. It's lovely for our postures, particularly if we're starting to feel rounded. And it's also brilliant for the ability to just let go, to open up to the possibilities of the day, of the week, of the year ahead. So really just a very lovely one to get your sort of intentions flowing and opening up to whatever is coming to you. So we're going to start with sort of the standard bridge that everybody is quite familiar with, and then we're going to explore how we can use this depending on where we are and how we're feeling. So we usually start lying down on the mat, feet flat to the floor, knees pointing up to the sky. And we're looking to get the knees and the feet around hip distance. We can go a little wider, particularly if you feel more comfortable there. Arms down by the sides and gently pull the shoulder blades towards each other. Facing the palms up to the sky can really help, just keep you lovely and open. And sometimes if we've got the fingertips to the floor, we're gripping on and we're pushing into the ground. Whereas this really is a pulling sensation rather than a pushing. So you might just want to take a couple of breaths there, get that sense of just being super grounded, spreading the toes, feeling the shoulders push down onto the floor. And then we're going to tilt the pelvis up towards the face, as if you were doing sort of a little pelvic thrust. And we can take a nice deep inhale. And as we exhale, we peel the pelvis and the lower back off the floor. Now we're keeping the head facing upwards, avoiding turning to either side. And you can come about halfway. That feels good. Starting to feel a bit of pressure in the shoulders. Or we can come all the way up, really pushing the pelvis up to the sky, opening up the arms. So this is a lovely version. We can turn it into a dynamic version as well. So if you prefer not to stay there, we can come up and down. This is great for the morning when we're just trying to wake up the spine. Or just pausing there. Now if we're pausing at the top and we're feeling this is super comfortable, we want to challenge ourselves a little bit more. We can bring the shoulders underneath ourselves and then lifting the pelvis super high. We're going to take the arms underneath, maybe interlacing the fingers. So this is a great way to open up that heart. We're using the glutes, the legs, the belly, everything's getting some action here. And then when we're ready to come down, we're very gently rolling the spine to the floor. Settling there for a moment before we move, just getting a sense of balance back into our grounded body. And then you might bring the knees up towards the belly, little rock about. See how that feels. Then when we're ready, we might want to play with some bolsters or some blocks, and you can do this with cushions as well. So I'm going to go for the bolster option, but 2 blocks always good as well, or just a couple of thick cushions. So this is where we're going to come into a supported bridge. So this is more of a restorative version. We're going to start off the same. The only difference is we've got a bolster underneath our legs to start with. You can have it to the side and pull it under. It really depends on how easy it is for you to get up and have a little play with what's best. So again, feet are about hip distance, knees the same. Getting ready to lift up, tilting the pelvis and pushing up to the sky. Now this is where you can bring in the bolster, or the blocks or the cushions. You're going to place them down just above the bottom, supporting the lower back, the lumbar area. We're resting down, bringing the arms out, palms facing up. And there we are. We're supported, but we're still opening up. There's still a little bit of weight in the shoulders. And you can stay here for 4-5 minutes. Really great way to feed the brain with lots of fresh blood and fresh energy as well. When you're ready to come down, you slide the bolster away, or maybe to the side, and again roll it down. Pausing at the bottom, and then bringing the knees up, little squeeze, and then you can come up nice and slowly. If you have spent a little bit of time there, just be mindful there'll be a lot of blood that's been rushed to the head, so just take your time, take a few nice long breaths and come back up when you're ready. If being down on the floor is just not an option for you, or actually you're just not feeling being on the mat today, maybe you're working and you just want that sort of nice open sense, we can bring in the chair. So it can be just a normal office chair, kitchen chair. What we want to try and aim for is that the feet are flat to the floor. If that doesn't happen easily, a couple of books, yoga blocks and firm cushions, again, they can help just lift the knees, feet flat to the ground, knees in line with the hips. Got a lovely tall body. So to come into a little bridge version here, I'm going to come towards the edge of the chair. Obviously you want to be comfortable, nothing digging in and sort of not feeling unbalanced on the chair. I'm going to take the arms back. So this chair obviously doesn't have arms to grab onto, so I'm coming right round the back. If it does have arms, you could hold it there. We're going to roll the shoulders back, lift the heart, maybe looking up to the sky. If that doesn't feel right on the neck, then just gazing forward. Again, we can take a few breaths here. We can rest the arms a little if we don't want action. If you do want a bit of energy in the arms, you can really pull them up and back. So we're getting that open heart, we're getting that little curve of the spine. And when you're ready, you're coming in, much like we do with the mat version. You take a moment, breathe it in, breathe it out, and then you may come to give yourself a little hug by taking the arms under the legs, or just come in to hug the arms, let the head go heavy, little counter pose, little swing from side to side. So you've got three versions. There's the standard, the more restorative, gentle, and then there is the chair version as well. Let me know which one you prefer.